hold it. Press it. When you press it, okay, you are feeling it, you have a sensation, feeling, right? Now, keep it down. So, where is the feeling? Where is the sensation, Kamala? In the hand, okay. Where is the sensation?
Mind.
Where is the sensation?
Both. I notice the sensation.
I notice it. Where is the sensation, Subbu?
Mind, consciousness.
Where is the sensation?
Everywhere.
So, where is the sensation, Mamata? Huh?
Mind has to think.
So, there's nothing called mind actually. Right? So, if you look at it carefully, the mind is nothing but thoughts and memories. Okay? So, in my hand, you say, hand is a memory. But if you look at sensation, there's only sensation, there's no hand. Where is the sensation? It's just a floating in space. Right? Because you're bringing the concept, I am the mind in my body, my mind is saying in my body, its memory is telling. If you observe that alone, some sensations floating in space. Right? So, for understand spirituality, you have to understand space and consciousness. Okay? Ultimately, in spiritual journey, everything is called space, Akasha. Chidakasha, Parakasha, Mahakasha, Atmakasha, like that, Akasha. So take your attention to space. That's the whole point of spiritual teaching. Akasha means space. What is space? What define space? What is it? You are a teacher. Okay, define space because you are architecture. So you have to define space. What is space?
Subtlest element.
What is space? Don't give some buzzwords. What is space?
Inside and outside.
What is space?
Something that is everywhere on
What is space? Ashwini? What is space?
Implicitly, it is lack of experience of objects and thoughts.
So this is the professor teaching. Lack of experience of objects and thoughts. Okay, very good. When you go to marriage, right? They say, Savakashava Uta Madi, they'll tell, right? Do you know what is the meaning of that? Savakasha means in a hotel, Jaga Bitu Uta Madi. What is the phone out? Savakasha Uta Madi, we think that, okay? Rama is Yella Tinenta. Savakasha Uta Madi, give space in your stomach to eat so that you don't get indigestion. So, Avakasha means space. Space means emptiness. Okay? Emptiness means what? In English, one word is there, nothing. No thing. No object, no thought, no feeling, no emotion. Nothing is space. Okay? Now I'll tell you one Sanskrit Brahma Sutra, one sutra. Kham Brahmeti Upasita Kham Brahmeti Upasita. Space is Brahman. Nothing is there. You're looking for Brahman as something. Space is Brahman. Okay? No, Brahman cannot be seen. Space you can see. Brahman cannot be touched. Brahman cannot be held. Brahman cannot change. The closest, nearest thing for Brahman is space. Okay. So space is Brahman, but Brahman is not space. That's a very different matter because Brahman is everything. The closest to Brahman you can get is space. Okay. Is it clear? Space means nothing. Nothing is there. Nothing cannot be pursued. Nothing cannot be understood. So two analogies are there, Brahman. Kam Brahmeti Upasita. Space has to be Brahman, ultimately. And then Jyotir Brahmeti Upasita. Jyoti, light is Brahman. Why light is Brahman, I'll explain. So space is Brahman, we have to understand when you do any meditation. Okay. So when you say touch of air is touching here, in the background of mind, oh, my air is touching tip of the nose. Where is nose? There's no nose. Only touch is there in the space. In the space, one point is appearing and disappearing. Understand? Nothing else is there. Your attention is on the point, and that point is appearing, disappearing in space. Then what is there? Point disappears, what is there?
Spaces.
You are there, awareness. One who is aware of the space is there. See, when the pure space, let's say you find a pure space, who is there? Brahman only. Objects are not there. Understand? So, to find Brahman, space is the closest where you can understand Brahman. Kam Brahmeti Upasita. Space. Okay. So, when you do any meditation, you should not imagine I am observing tip of my nose, because you are bringing the memory. The moment you bring memory, mind is memory. The moment you bring memory, mind has come into picture. But if you go to the feeling, in the feeling is just floating. There's no beginning, there's no end.
How do you explain space in the context of a dream? So like the projection.
Dream also, your dream space, no? You're going in a, I'm saying the Akasha, there's many level of Akasha, space. Bhuta Akasha is physical space, Chitta Akasha is mental space, Chidakasha is consciousness space, Parakasha is space of Maya, Dhara Akasha is inner space, okay, then Atma Akasha is the space of the consciousness, Sakshi, and Mahakasha, total space. But space means the word space is used for the absence of objects. So in dream, what happens to you?
Some experience or the other.
Correct. Even now also experience happening, no? Whereas experience is happening now in the physical space, Bhutakasha. Objects are Bhutakasha. But experience is happening in the mental space, Chittakasha. And Chittakasha, thoughts are coming from Chidakasha. Thoughts are coming from Chidakasha, from Parakasha, subtle memories, Maya. So more and more we move towards the space.
But in deep sleep, there's no space.
No, deep sleep, nothing is there. That nothing is space only, no? Brahman only, no? See, the concept of space.
When space alone is there in deep sleep.
See, please understand, we will never be able to see, observe and understand space. Space can never be understood. Space can be understood only in the context of an object. Right? Between this object and this object, there is a space we can say. Space is related to object. If all objects are removed, then where is the space?
So when an appearance of the other happens, then only space comes.
When the appearance of the other one or object, a physical object or mental object, we are calling the gap between them as space. Right? But let us say take a situation where there are no objects. Then what is there?
And there is no space.
Space is there, the space is Brahman. Awareness is there, no?
But if Jiva is not there, then only Brahman is there.
When nothing is there,
When Jiva is there, Brahman is there, there is a separation, there is distance, there is space.
No. See, there are objects, physical objects or mental objects. We are only speaking of physical objects and mental objects.
Okay, not about Jiva and Brahman.
This Jiva is a technology, but ultimately Jiva is an object, no? Chidakasha is an object, no?
Yeah, because it identifies with the
So,
body.
physical object or mental objects are there. Correct? In deep sleep, physical object is there? No. Mental object is there? No. Then you cannot recognize space. Right? But awareness is there. So that is actually pure space where free from objects is nothing but Brahman only.
No time is there and
There's no time also. When time will come only when the objects are there. Thoughts are there.
not when space is there.
Space doesn't give time.
Awareness and the space are same in the deep sleep.
Probably
In deep sleep, right, the mind comes into picture when there is an object. Correct, no? Either physical object or mental object. In deep sleep, the mind is dormant. The objects are not there. And the objects are not there. What is there, you say? Nothing is there. Then no thing is called space. No thing is called space. But no thing can exist. There's awareness always there. This Brahman only is there. So can you separate out space from Brahman?
Same.
See? No. Space is Brahman, but Brahman is not space because Brahman becomes everything after that. For you to capture Brahman, I am telling space as the medium, closest. It's
Once what you had explained to us is Prabhuji that when two are there, then there is distance between them, and that distance creates space. So to go from one object to the other object, you need time. So then, when
Time
there is
concept.
space, time also comes into being.
Correct.
So adana e context
Now, when you observe the tip of the nose, the point is appearing and disappearing. Where? In space. When it disappears, just space is there. Right? But when space is there, you cannot, it's called a space because space requires a reference point. Without a point, there's no reference for space. So space disappears now. Then what remains is Brahman only. So never is it clear or Subbu?
So space disappears.
So, like, how the dream appears as a physical space, it's like not, it's like a mystery.
No. Everything is a mystery. Now, physical, what you call as physical space,
Yeah.
it's something about mind only, no?
Yeah.
Mind only, no?
Yeah.
It's a dream only.
Yeah.
Right? How it appears, see, I mean, you are a software engineer. It's all data structure. Interpretation. Right? Okay. If you look at the whole existence at the deepest level, it's a energy. Deepest level. If your eyes sharp, when instrument is there, it is deepest level energy. At certain level, it becomes atoms. Certain level, it becomes molecules. Certain level, it becomes matter. Right? So basically, it's different level of abstraction based on the instruments used. Nothing becomes anything. Your viewpoint, you are using different abstractions. Right? If you use this eyes as abstraction, then physical space is there. If you use mental eyes as abstraction, then past and future are there. If you become awareness as abstraction, nothing is there. The observing viewpoint you are changing. Up, what is there?
Okay. So you really cannot explain how it is appearing as a space.
Abstraction, that's all. It's an understanding. There's neither space, nor me, nor you. Nobody is there. In movie, why that hero goes and he bangs the villain? There's no hero, there's a villain. It's abstraction. It's created by our eyes. See, basically, please understand, our eyes and sense organs are nothing but instruments for abstraction, mind and sense organs. At what level of abstraction is?
Sensation creates a kala.
Hmm?
That kala creates a kala.
It's an abstraction.
Abstraction. But that deeply no thing is ananta. It's a ananta. Ananta, there's no equivalent in that vastness comes. That's why the ananda is there.
Ananda is there.
In deep sleep.
Yes.
The ananda,
Right.
equivalent.
Yeah.
Then when the waking happens or dream happens, then the activities are there. In that avakasha, then the time, etc. follows.
But all these are nothing but abstractions of mind. At different level of abstraction. With a gross abstraction, it appears like a solid earth. If it is subtle abstraction, it will become a molecule.
In deep sleep, what level of abstraction is happening?
Nothing is there. Nothing is there.
But there is awareness.
Awareness is there.
What? Nothing.
Nothing.
Because you are saying space is
Awareness of nothing, which is Brahman only.
Nothing is against space.
Nothing is, nothing is space. That's called Brahman. Space is Brahman. That's why in deep sleep you are Brahman only.
At that level, space is Brahman.
Space is always Brahman. Space means nothing, no thing. It's Brahman. Come Brahme, come means space.
Space is also an object.
Space cannot be objectified. Space can be objectified in the presence of another object. If this is there, I can say there is a space. If this is removed, then what is there is undefinable.
But that awareness is becoming aware of the nothing in deep sleep. So if it is becoming aware of nothing, it becomes an object.
I'm saying it is not becoming aware of nothing. That nothing,
Deep sleep is awareness of absence of objects.
awareness of absence of objects.
Hmm.
That's for our language to communicate. So how do you become awareness of absence of objects?
Yeah. In that Anmaya Vyatireka, you told.
You are becoming aware of absence of objects because you have seen the objects in the waking state.
Yeah.
With reference to waking state.
Hmm.
With reference to there's no objects. But no object is nothing but space, which is Brahman. See, always relatively we can speak. When the moment you speak relatively, that becomes space become object. With reference to this,
Hari Om, Prabhuji.
this space is an object. Yes, Vanu, also.
Okay, please finish, Prabhuji. I have a question. I'll take.
I'm saying
You are listening.
space can be defined with reference to an object, a point. Then
If there is no object, there is no space.
it's undefinable, that
Then
situation.
it's not called space.
It's called Brahman.
Absolute space.
That absolute space is called Mahakala. It's called Brahman.
The space,
Mahakasha, not Mahakasha. Mahakasha called Brahman.
space is nothing but energy ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ?
Space ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ತೆಗೆದ್ರು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಎನರ್ಜಿ ತೆಗೆದ್ರು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಿತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ? ದಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಶಿವ.
Okay, energy is everywhere. ಅಲ್ಲ?
Energy is everywhere.
So there is no gap in space.
The energy is not available for perception. It's energy you cannot see, energy you cannot feel. Energy only is felt as an object and manifests. Right? So can you separate out energy and say this is energy and this is space? Energy is there ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಈಗ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಕಾಣ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ನಮಗೆ? ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಕಾಣ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? So they are all part of, they are all appearance in Brahman. So space becomes an object with respect to another object.
So there is no object. The word space also is not relevant.
That's why I'm saying, come from me to pass. Space is Brahman only.
So, Prabhu, in Mandukya, you're taking with different upanishads, Brahman is called different names, right? Like that, with different levels of different Brahman is called different names for space.
Space.
It's only Brahman is there.
Always.
ಗುರುಜಿ, ವಿಷಯ ಇರೋವರೆಗೂ ಆ ಇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಅದಿರೋದಿಲ್ವೋ, ಇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳು ಶುದ್ಧ ಮನಸ್ಸೇ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶುದ್ಧ ಆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನೇ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರಲ್ವೋ, ಆ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಅದೇ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೇನು ಆದ್ರೂ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ್ ಬೇರೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. You cannot separate that emptiness and Brahman.
Space is also gross manifestation of energy.
I'm saying when the objects manifest, then you can call this as physical space.
Otherwise, it's not.
When the thoughts manifest, you call it mental space. When the ideas manifest, it's called consciousness space, Chidakasha. When the ideas are dormant, it's called Parakasha. So like that space is there. In that, in different level of manifestation is there. So basically, no manifestation is there. There is, we can't, what we call it as. Because we cannot call it a space because it's not an object.
Yeah, it's not.
It's Brahman only.
So deep sleep is parakasha.
Hari Om, Prabhuji.
Deep sleep, Chittakasha, mental space. Deep sleep is Chidakasha, consciousness space.
Okay.
Because below consciousness is this Parakasha, which is actually what we call as settled dormant ideas.
Okay.
I'm saying deep sleep is nothingness. Nothingness is unmanifest.
Hmm.
Unmanifest things remains. It's called Parakasha.
Parakasha is with state of consciousness.
Parakasha is there. We can't separate out. It's there.
It's like
Subconscious. Yes, Vasu?
So, what I understand is that the different level of abstraction is all the work of the mind.
Correct. All the work of consciousness. Don't give that ability to mind. The consciousness activity is called mind.
If I see an object, gross object, that means my mind is interpreting that which is the energy, that is the flow of energy, condensing it and seeing it as an object.
Correct.
So as I refine the mind, then I can see atoms, molecules, refinement in the cognition of the same truth.
Correct.
Uh,
So in
all
yogic
seems to
languages,
be
they
the
call
work
as various levels of what you call as tattvas.
Okay. So then it appears that from this understanding that it is all the work of thought. So no mind means no thought means complete only no cognition, no abstraction. Therefore, that is awareness.
Correct. That's right.
So I think what you are teaching in Shakti Darshana is refinement, and then in Atma Darshana is no mind state.
In
Refinement of mind.
Shaktashana, refinement. In Atmashana, annihilation.
Annihilation. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Right? Are we clear? So, when you observe a point, we always thought that it's a body is there. It's only space, that point appears and disappears. And who are you? Where are you? Who are you? Ashwini? The space. In my, and I can't understand what is the depth and breadth of space. It's infinite. Infinite self is observing a point. That's all is the meaning.
So in infinite space, that point appears and disappears.
And I am the infinite space. That understanding should be there. I say, okay, oh, I am Kamala. I am in this body. I am observing nose. Oh, I forgot to put that nose ring. My mother told me after marriage, you put a nose ring. I forgot it. So you start all the stories. You have to remember the tip of the nose, forget it. Just a point appears and disappears. Where? In the infinite space. And I am that infinite space. And infinite space is Brahman. So that understanding should be there when you observe. Are you clear? Also, you say,
I think the difficulty is that when we observe one point, then because of focusing, as an observer, I restrict the observer also to from infinite
observer
to finite.
Cannot be observed, Vasu. You can never observe the observer. The moment you observe the observer, it becomes a body, object.
Correct, Prabhuji. I think when the difficulty I have in observing a point is I tend to focus. So you're saying I should not concentrate, but just be.
See, just be aware. Don't have to focus.
As an observer, Vasu also gets constricted, Prabhuji, in concentration. So what is the
No.
What
I'm
is the
saying
way
I
out?
never said concentration. In any of the spiritual teachings, it's not about concentration, it's just observation.
No. You did not say that, but but when we observe when I observe a point, then I am finding it difficult to observe a point as from the position of infinite space.
So, Guruji,
There is a
when you're
finite
creating a
entity
point,
that is
automatically
observing.
another point is getting created.
There is a finite entity that is observing a finite
I'm becoming
point.
another point.
That's where, Vasu, please understand. To do anything, we can do two ways. Become aware of the feeling and become aware of the thinking. So you are saying, become aware of feeling only, there's no thinking, Vasu.
Okay.
Simple. Pitch yourself. Pain is there. So the pain is in the body, is thinking. Pain is there, is feeling. So focus on the feeling of the point, not thinking of the point.
Okay.
The moment you focus on feeling of the point, all thinking disappears. That's where I said many times, feeling is healing. The moment you focus on the feeling, the thinking disappears. So now what you are bringing is thinking. Go to the feeling. Feel the point. Are you able to understand the distinction?
Okay. Understood.
So basically you are thinking of the point. Don't. Just focus on the feeling of the point. And the feeling of the point appears and disappears.
Okay.
When it disappears, what is there? Nothing to feel. Nothing to feel is Brahman.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Very clear? So let us do it again.